Holy shit. Woo! I'm Mike.
I'm Joe.
And this is Kart Life TV. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Kart Life TV. In the driveway today, we've got a really cool episode because one of our subscribers is actually on his way down right now from, I think,
2.5 hours.
Palm Bay, Florida. 2.5 hours. He's on his way down to Boca right now. He left really early in the morning. He's about to pull up to the house. He's dropping off his golf cart for a full conversion and a couple extra goodies too. It's going to be a lot of fun. His name's Jason, and I think I see him coming down the block right now. Let's go check this out.
Let's do it. Gentlemen.
What's up? It's a donk.
That's nice.
That's a nice golf cart.
Yeah, I traded my side-by-side for 3 of them.
Yeah, one for him, one for me, and one for his brother.
Nice.
Yeah.
This
I
is.
got a good kid.
Are they all donks?
No. No.
I gotta
Dad's
say,
a stock. Brothers has a lift.
this is the first donk in the garage. Gotta say, it's cool. Let's say what's up to YouTube.
What's up, YouTube?
I got better things to waste my money on. Obviously, we don't.
I run out of things. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm running out too. I just like toys. Maybe if I sell my Harley, I might invest it in the golf cart. Who knows?
I sold the Harley this year. It's probably the best thing I ever did.
Yeah.
You know how to operate that thing?
Nope, already forgot.
You gotta hit that little switch.
Got it.
He's got the cleater shirt on.
Him and my other son, they all come over. We watch the Toledo station.
Oh, it's great, right?
Have a few drinks, a little of this, a little of that. Life is good.
Honestly, I don't hate the donk. I didn't know how I was gonna feel about it, but it looks pretty cool, especially with the long travel. A rare Jake's long travel.
Yeah.
They are hard to come by.
Yeah, it took a few months to get mine.
Took us about 6.
Yeah, I'm sure you saw. We were waiting for 5 or 6 kits, right? But we got them finally. Well, there she is.
Eventually, I'll do the brake kit too, but we'll wait on that.
Yeah. Hold
Wait
on.
on that one.
Hold off on that one. Literally, like, look, if you look at the spindle, there's a line there.
Yeah.
And that's where they're supposed to weld their brackets. And they were welding them right up against the spindle. Then they put them halfway in between. We got 5 sets of each.
Yeah.
And we welded our own. But this thing's cool. Full alpha kit. The hood scoop. Did you paint that white or is that the body color white?
same like that.
Yeah, it's nice.
That looks good.
It does look good. It's bright.
His truck's white.
Truck's white. Match the truck. See, I matched the caddy with the... Cool. All right, we're going to take good care of her.
Oh, man.
Yeah. You don't mind being on YouTube, right?
No.
All right, cool.
Oh, look, his little tail's wagging.
It's awesome.
Finally hit the big time.
So what was your vision with the cart?
I mean, just have something that's different than everybody else.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it, for sure.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
Yep. See, down here we have Pompton, not too far south of here. A lot of donks driving around there, but
Yep.
they're like Buicks and Cadillacs. This is the first golf cart, and it is awesome. Totally unique. Really cool.
He does some cool shit.
Got to do some cool shit once in a while. I love it. How big are these rims?
20s.
They're 20s.
Yeah, 20x7. They're side-by-side wheels.
20x7. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And you found a 20x7 tire.
Yeah, it's 215, 30, 20.
That's cool. And we're gonna do a lithium conversion, lighted turn signal mirrors, key switch, triangle. What else? I think that was it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
The AC
Navitas
AC kit. Yeah,
Right.
full conversion.
That conversion's awesome.
Yeah, the conversions kick
We
ass.
actually did one that it ran pretty good before we started. We were like, great, you know, the lithium and the Navitas thing. Oh my God, what did I work it up? Yeah, we didn't even fully tune it totally. Like we just kind of let it how it was.
Yeah.
And it would, you give it gas, it snaps your neck.
They say just leave it, bone stock, whatever the factory tune is on it. It's a really good tune.
Yeah, it is. That's what we did. And what we were getting out of 35.
We got up. I think we were getting close to 40 if we wanted it. If we
yeah.
wanted more, we had it, but
Yeah.
we didn't. I didn't mess with it
these
too hard.
were- and-
And you want Joe to align this thing too, right?
Yeah,
a
if
couple.
you could.
Yeah.
It's close, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it's close. It's really close. That's how I was looking at it.
Cool.
the
When
back tires rub just a little bit still. I had to trim a little bit, but
It'll eventually wear out.
yeah.
I didn't think about that. Good point. Self-clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done that to a few cars. All of a sudden, the rubbing stops.
Yeah.
Well, it looks good. We'll take good care of her.
I can't wait to see when it's done.
You ready?
Yeah, man.
All right.
Okay, cool.
Oh, you did? You're like me. Yeah. Fragile. Italian.
It's our favorite movie, man. We watch it every Christmas when everybody comes over. We watch that 24-hour loop, man. Have a few drinks in the morning. Life is good.
Let's see the tattoo. No regrets. You'll have no regrets doing wheelies in this thing.
That's right. You got more in there, dude?
Yeah. This is the solenoid, the 72 volt to 12 volt DC
Converter.
converter.
Cool.
The charger in here.
Sweet. All on board.
Yep.
Nice.
This is the on the fly column mount.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's gonna be nice.
I bought the dash mount one, but with the hood scoop,
Yeah.
it wouldn't fit, so I had to go a different route.
It's gonna be cool. I like the idea of having it on there, and we'll put it right in front of the light kit
perfect.
right there.
Yep.
Plenty of room. That's my Shepherd.
Best.
All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna let Jason and his pops hit the road.
Yep. All right.
We're gonna get started on this golf cart. Next time you see it, it'll probably have the body off, and we'll be working on the conversion.
I like it.
We're not gonna post the video until you pick this thing up. So
Okay.
So no cheating.
All right.
It's gonna be good. All right, guys, thanks for coming to Boca. We appreciate it.
See ya. See you guys.
See ya.
Go back.
Spicy Joe's way ahead of me here. You know, I was trying to post a nice photo of this golf cart on the gram, and we already got part of the bag well off, and the seat. Working on the roof now, but looking at this, and we're just trying to find a spot where we're going to add our triangle. And I think what we're going to do is put it right here for now. Probably a good spot. Then we can just sneak the wire down, because it doesn't have a seat kit, and that'll kind of be temporary. And when you do put the seat kit on, and I know Jason was trying to figure out which seat kit he wanted, this is all going to disappear when he puts the new struts on. So that's probably it. We're going to get back to, look at him waiting.
I'm being nice.
It never happens, dude. All right, keep going. Jeez.
Get a tripod.
It's more fun this way. That thing. Phew. Seat kit. All right, guys, we're about to take the taillights out of this thing so we can remove the rear alpha body. And I was just thinking, dude, like Jason and his dad, they were like so excited to be down here and dropping his cart off to be on YouTube, right? It seemed like it was going to be
2.5 hour drive.
2.5 hour drive from Palm Bay, not Palmetto Bay. Yesterday we were in Palmetto Bay.
Which
Jason
is
came
fun.
from Palm Bay. But he was so stoked to get this on the channel. It seemed like really special for him, and it made us think, I know we were talking about yesterday how special it is for us that we had a subscriber like want to actually bring us their cart that far for us to do the work.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that awesome?
It's super cool, man. We really appreciate it for sure.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Jason, I hope you're watching this, dude. I know you are.
We're hooking you up, man.
We appreciate you, dude. This thing's gonna be awesome when we're done.
Yeah, it is. Get rid of these nasty batteries. These wheels fill up the fenders a little more than ours do.
You gotta call in the Chinese to get the hands in there.
Yeah. I just really don't want to take the wheels off. Just check out those lug nuts though.
I know. I was looking at those. Those are pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
Gotta be careful though. You don't
You knee it.
cut your wiener off with them.
If I can jam my knee in there, we'll have some issues.
We don't have workers' comp, so.
For sure. Way better than the Tempo one.
I have the best tempo tail light there is.
For sure.
And it still sucks.
Yeah, it's still not great.
No. And 11's gonna get that upgrade for sure. 11 version 2.
It's gonna be cool. Be the only one for sure.
Oh, hang on, we're hung up here.
Still stuck.
You're good now. Oh, one more. There she goes.
Alpha white the whole way through.
Yeah, it's the best, man. You buy the Alpha kit, you don't have to worry about paint, and you don't have to worry about scratching. You scratch it, you're just gonna see white. Same with the blue.
Yeah, we did the blue one. It's nice.
Okay, this is what we got. As usual. All right, let's get that tub off too.
Yeah, let me gotta pull the side thing.
I'm gonna splice those wires. All right, guys, ready for the big reveal. This is always fun because you never know what you're gonna get under here.
Oh, this is scary.
Oh, Jason, I cut your harness. All right, go for it.
I already hear the stuff falling.
Oh, schmutzy. You gotta manhandle that thing. There it goes. There's the strong like bull.
Oh,
Oh.
golf course gunk.
Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Oh, dude, he powder.
Yeah, the blocks.
Oh,
He powder coated the blocks.
Jason's a maniac. And up on the plate too.
Oh, he did the plate.
We can't leave him like this.
No, it needs cleaned. I don't even want to work on it like that.
We can't leave him like this. All right,
I guess we get the
we gotta move 11.
test drive the power washer.
Oh, I test drove that on Easter, but yeah. Oh. All right. Dang. I was hoping for a miracle.
Yeah, she needs a little love.
All right. Maybe take the batteries out first too,
Yeah.
and do it all in one shot. Now that is how you make a wire splice. All right, guys, we're wrapped up here. This is the splice for our lighted triangle for the donk cart here. The wires are the same on all these Alpha kits. You got the orange wire is the brake light, brown is the running light, black is obviously ground, and the white wire on the driver's side is for the blinker. We didn't need to touch that one, so it's right here. Cut the loom a little short, gonna wrap it with some thicker loom so we can get all this in here, but boom, waterproof splice connection. Each one of those wires is also waterproofed and heat shrunk underneath the bigger one too. So we got our lead here. We left plenty of slack so we can get the wire up to where we're gonna mount the triangle. And then we left enough slack so we can reroute it for when our buddy Jason wants to move it to the back of a seat kit or put it wherever he wants. But we're just gonna wrap that wire up for now. Battery's ready to come out. Joe went to go get the pickup truck and we moved 11 so we could pull this thing out and pressure wash it because it's a mess, man. It's a mess. This is like golf course funk or whatever, but we'll get that cleaned out. It's kind of nasty working on these things when they're that dirty. No big deal. They all are like that. Haven't seen a clean one yet. There's the old motor. Right there. Probably get that disconnected now too while waiting for Joe. Guys, got the batteries out. And boom, gonna do a little cleanup here, but now we know where this golf cart came from. Sleepy Hole. golf course. 757 area code. Shout out to anyone over there. And if this was one of your carts and you see it, let us know.
That's kind of cool.
But we also got paid today, dude. Found the quarter. So that's cool. Always find change in these things.
Yep. Always.
Yeah. Let's vacuum that out, bring it outside, pressure wash it before we do anything else, man. It's a mess.
Yes. Look at that club car motor.
Yeah, it's nice. It's cool. Gotta pull this too. Get the controller out of there. All the wiring. Cool. I like how they do these on the Tempo. They put them in like a box
Yeah.
instead of on a plate there. And hopefully we have enough room to mount everything
I think we will.
exactly where the stock stuff was, right?
Yeah.
Got the controller, the solenoid, and everything over there. So real nice. Awesome. Gonna do some super clean wiring on this thing for our guy. I still like the white, man.
I like it too.
I can't wait for a white cart. We need a white cart in our life.
Soon. Coming soon.
Yeah, I think so. All right,
Oh man.
get that pressure washer out. Scrub this baby down. Hey, watch the grass.
Just cut yesterday. It's cool.
Guys, this thing, this is brand new. Look at that. This is a 2020 Tempo. We checked the serial number. And after a quick pressure wash to get the grime off it from the golf course over the years, this aluminum and everything cleaned up really nice. Gonna be easy to work on now, that's for sure. Joe's up here checking alignment on that Jake's kit. He's probably got it pretty close. Joe's kind of got the become the alignment master here at Kart Life TV. This guy can align Jake's long travels in like minutes now.
It's almost done. It's really close.
Yeah, we're gonna check that. We'll throw
Your
the
pressure
before
washer.
Jason picks it up. We'll definitely. Well, we're gonna have to clean it now. Look,
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna hit that real quick.
I got the splatters, but yeah, it's looking good. Wiping it down a little bit, guys. This is in the garage again, ready to go. Spicy Joe's about to pull that motor out. Then we're gonna run to the hardware store, get a couple little things we need. What? Come on. Just put it down. Don't forget your nuts
I thought it was
or your bolts.
like stuck to the freaking axle. Just heavy. This cart is in freaking phenomenal shape.
Dude.
This is by far the best shape golf course cart we've worked on.
This Tempo, yeah.
Look, the bumpers doesn't even have scratch in it.
This thing
Those things are
never
usually
took a hit.
mangled.
If you wanted to buy this cart,
at
probably
that.
off a golf course, you'd probably be paying $4,500 for something
There's
like
still
this.
shininess on the axle.
Yeah, this is in great shape, Jason. You got a good deal for sure. He was kind of telling us how he acquired these, but he's a good dude. He got one for his dad and his brother at the same time. Real cool. So they'll be carting around. I think Jason's gonna blow them all away though with this thing.
Yeah, he is.
Especially with that super ultra rare Jake's Long Travel lift kit on the front. A diamond in the rough as far as golf cart parts go.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, you ready to run?
Yep.
All right, let's go.
We need some stuff for the.
What are you doing?
We need some stuff for the.
Come on,
brisket.
Spicy Joe. We gotta leave. We got no time for spices today.
We need something new for the brisket.
Seasoning. Lane's brisket seasoning.
I'll come back and get some. I'm gonna cook it.
Come on, Spicy Joe. No time.
We gotta do something with that. You weren't going away. We could do it next weekend.
looks good. So what we're doing, guys, we're making room for this Skunkworks lithium battery. And the battery looks really nice. It's super heavy. Joe's taking some measurements so we make sure that we can fit it in the battery tub. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna snug it all the way up to the side of the tub there. And how long is it, dude?
20 inches.
20 inches, so let's see here. I'm gonna go get a marker so we can make a mark there, and then we'll know.
Actually, it goes right to there. We got it.
She should go now. All right, well, before we do that, I'm gonna get a couple things done in here. But take a look what we got here, guys. I know you probably saw it when I showed you the motor a minute ago, but we have two Navitas motors here. One of these is Jason's, and then the other one is ours. I just want to show you the difference while we have them here. So this obviously is a stock club car motor, and you can see the difference between the stock the stock club car motor and the Navitas motor. And then over here we have the 7.5 kilowatt Navitas motor. And just kind of looking at them, I feel like they're in the exact same case, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what the weight difference is, but the big difference here is the wires, dude. These are definitely bigger, and you can kind of just visually see the wire difference size on the 7.5 kilowatt motor from the 5.
Cute little club car motor.
And then the cute little club car motor right there. All right, so before we get this battery mounted in there, we're gonna put in the charging plug. Well, I got it wide open.
Oh, yeah, I gotta take that.
So we gotta take the old one out. And then we're gonna try and see where we're gonna mount the charger and some of the other goodies that are going under the battery box here. But we're moving right along. Making good time. This thing's gonna look super clean when we're done.
Always does.
Always does. Go. Let's see. Pull that charger off. Just need a Phillips head, and then yep, got a brake light switch all wired up. Looks good, actually. Nice job there. A little funkiness in here. We'll wipe that down. No big deal. Nothing like the back. All right, switch that charger out first. Charger plug first, and then keep moving along here. So, guys, continuing to wire up here and get ready. This is the plug that Jason chose for the charging. And if you look at it, it's got it splits, and it's got two, because he was talking about adding a second one at some point. And we're gonna put it in the stock location. It didn't fit perfectly, so just kind of trimmed a little bit to get this thing to sit flush in there. I'm gonna use some stainless screws, some 832s with some, we gotta go get the right ones, but we're just kind of test fit it with some lock nuts. And once we tighten that down, this is gonna suck this thing down into the stock charging location. And we'll clean that up a little bit. Not much we could do there to kind of get this thing to fit. It was way bigger than the hole. But while I was doing that, Joe went ahead and mounted the Navitas motor. We went to the hardware store a little while ago and got some brand new grade 5 bolts, so we're not reusing the stock ones, and some lock washers. These are nice. These are the flanged ones, so they totally press down on the washer there when you put them in. And we're just gonna toss the stock bolts. No need to reuse those, but that motor looks great in there, man.
Yeah, it does.
Real nice. Put the right one in, right? That's the 5 and not the 7.5?
I hope so, because I feel like I'd get a hernia from that.
Nah, I heard some grunting while I was up front wiring, and now I know why, because Joe humped that thing in there himself. Looks good though. All right, you're gonna grab some nuts and stuff, and I am going to continue to kind of get this thing wired up. Why don't we throw the battery in real quick before you go, so I have something to work off of.
Yep, let's do it.
Okay.
Shut it down.
We're on the other side.
Yep.
That is a heavy battery.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god. This is where I blow my back out. 1, 2, 3. towards you. Yeah. Oh wow. You take a little bit more off with the flat sock and then drop. Or you can just kind of push it. Skunkworks battery is pretty sharp looking, dude. A couple things different with it though. The button on the side is tiny. It's right there. So you don't have to hit. Yeah, it's the button to turn it on. Don't press it; it'll turn the battery on. And also, don't see that it came with covers for the terminals, unless they're in here somewhere. I don't see that. We do have a cool little battery gauge though, right here that we're gonna have to hook up. So we have that. It's gonna go in line with the battery cable. Yeah, I mean, it's nice looking. Fit in there pretty good.
Yeah.
Had to do a little trimming. It's pretty heavy. They don't give you any brackets to tie it down with though. So probably just gonna maybe, yeah, look, and that came bent too, huh?
Yeah.
We'll be able to straighten that out if that was something. Probably just drill 2 holes in there and just run 2 through bolts in. I mean, it's not going anywhere. The thing is 200 pounds.
It's tight now too, so I think
It ain't going nowhere.
two through bolts just to hold it in place.
Yeah,
You gotta keep it somewhat sturdy because this thing's gonna do wheelies.
probably will. So we're working on some more of the electronics here while Joe's at the hardware store picking up some more bolts we need, because we do have to mount our Navitas controller. This thing is awesome. They have Bluetooth technology, so you can access it with your phone to program it correctly, and we're going to do that when we're done installing everything and when we test this golf cart. What's cool about those controllers is they come with this mounting plate. We're going to mount it on the back side of this plate here, and this is what comes with the stock electric tempo. It's a run toe switch on the front. On the back, plenty of room to mount the controller nicely. We're gonna put it like right about there. Just gotta drill some holes and bolt it in place. On the front of it, like on the battery side, we're gonna put the solenoid so we can access this easily, because if anything does go bad in the electrical system, it's usually these solenoids. What they are is just kind of like an intermittent switch that kind of cuts off the main battery power to the controller. It acts kind of like as a big relay, right? So when you turn the golf cart on, the relay engages inside here and flips the switch that allows the power to transfer from the battery to the controller. That's just kind of how the solenoid works. A couple other things they sent us that we're gonna have to try and figure out, because this is the first time for us with one of these skunk batteries, is this. It is a little inline thing, I don't know what else to call it, that sends a signal to a battery monitor in the front of the golf cart. So we're gonna have to run that wire with the gauge also up to the front. Kind of goes in line, it looks like. I'm gonna read about it and just make sure that we put that in a good place also, maybe next to the solenoid. And then also this massive, massive fuse right here. I'm assuming this is for battery protection as well. So we're gonna put that in line as well. So we have a lot of little cables to make for this power system before the battery even gets to the controller. So pretty cool, no problem. I'm just gonna wire it all up like we've done 100 times. All right, waiting for Joe to get back, and I think I hear his golf cart. So he's coming down the street now. Yep, he pulled right up, but I got the solenoid mounted exactly where we're gonna put it here. I put it right above the stock location on the front of the plate. So this will be in the battery compartment underneath the seat. A couple other things I have to mount to here before it gets to the solenoid is the main fuse for the power. I'm gonna put that right here. And then this little guy, this is the sensor for the battery gauge. Wire runs from this up to the gauge we're gonna put in the dashboard there. And I was reading the instruction on this, pretty cool. This actually gets the negative battery current, goes through this from the negative side of the battery. And one little wire lead, little red wire, hooks up to the terminal here. And that's what actually gives us the battery information that's gonna get sent up to the gauge. So I'm gonna start getting the rest of this stuff mounted. Joe just got back with the bolts I need to mount the controller plate. And then we're gonna get this back to the golf cart and start wiring her up. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Welcome back.
I had to get those kind of find them.
This, oh, really? They're in the bins.
I couldn't find it.
All right, guys, so we got everything mounted to this plate. That's gonna be mounted to this plate. Solenoid, fuse, sensor for the battery monitor. And on the back here, we have our Navitas controller and the run tow switch ready to go. We're gonna drop this in now and see how it looks. You ready? How's that for a fit?
Perfect.
It is perfect. Look at that, guys. We got everything so neat right there. We'll be able to come right off the battery.
You can reach that.
Right into the battery from there to there. Just a nice little short cable. We'll make custom off the battery to the solenoid, from the solenoid to the controller. Here we're gonna run a negative to here, and then a negative to the controller from the bottom there, come through the hole. And we'll be able to come right around the battery and to the front with our sensor for the battery monitor, right?
Yeah.
Show them the back, this is super cool.
No compartment.
Little compartment, controller is easily accessible there. It is on a little bit of an angle, and I did that just so it would stay out of the way from the terminals for the run tow switch. No big deal. Looks fine. We got the wire lead here, and I hate how they do this. I think it's so stupid how Navitas does this with the sensors on the motor. But that's how it is, and we got this cable that runs up to the controller right here. We're gonna run our on-the-fly programmer wire, plug that in, and the main harness plug, and we're killing it. Moving right along here, guys. It's looking really good. This AC conversion is kicking ass, I have to say. So we'll just keep knocking stuff off the list one by one. Probably gonna start to wire this thing up now. So we're back here, and we got our first cable done. And Joe went ahead and mounted, he drilled some holes in the battery here. This battery did not come with any kinds of clamps or brackets to mount, but that's no big deal. We were able to through bolt it through the body of the golf cart. Not that it's gonna go anywhere, because it's probably the heaviest battery I've ever picked up in my life, right? That thing is freaking heavy.
Yeah, it is.
But we through bolted it just to give it a little bit more support so it doesn't wiggle around in case, on bumps and stuff like that. We went ahead and made our first battery cable, a black cable that's running to our, I'm gonna call it the gauge sensor. I don't know what else to call that thing. Never used one of those before. But look at this battery cable that we got here. It is 1.0 1.0 cable. It's some thick stuff, so it's gonna be hard to work with to get it to look really, really nice. But I think we're doing a good job. The thing with the thicker cable is you can't kind of work it around as well. So you kind of got to leave a little bit of extra cable and then, kind of like zip it back around to where it needs to go. So it loops around back here and comes in, but it's super clean. Really nice cable actually. Little heat shrink, some big terminals on them, and those look really good. Next one I got to do is the negative that goes from here through here to the motor controller, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna do that one, and then I think I'm done with negatives. So that's cool. Right.
Getting close.
Yeah.
Kind
Keep
of.
going. Kind of, sort of. All right. We'll do that one now.
Takes forever. It's all good.
It's all good. Guys, it's gonna start to get a little hot out now. But we're working through it, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Working on the steering wheel there?
Yeah.
Joe's doing some alignment stuff while I am wiring the golf cart up. Let me show you what we got in the back here, because we got our negative wires done to the controller completely. It looks really good. Nice thick wire. It's going to take up a lot of space in there, so it's going to be tough to kind of get everything in this controller and power box back here, but I think we're going to do okay. Got to still hook up the run tow switch and the solenoid wires. Those are right here. And that's about it. Gonna keep moving. Fresh day here, working on the Donked White Alpha golf cart for our guy Jason. Kind of got a little carried away last night when Joe left, started rewiring the golf cart, and I figured, you know what? We just got to redo this whole harness. There was so much extra stuff in these electric golf carts that when you do the AC conversion, you just don't need. So I did my typical thing. I pulled the whole harness out all the way back from the dash, all the way back to the controller where it plugs in there, and I got rid of basically everything that's not needed for this golf cart. There's all kinds of like golf course stuff in there for like connected cars and like an extra fuse and all this extra stuff. Pulled all of that out to make a lot more space and a lot cleaner install. on this golf cart. Gave it a fresh wire loom. I'm gonna show you what we did right now. Check this out. All right, guys, so you can see that I did finish the main wires to the motor as well and got those all wrapped and hung. I screwed in one of these little wire tie things. I did put a screw behind it along with the 3M tape there, just so I could hang this, and I did leave it, you know, loose so there is some flexibility because the golf cart does move up and down. But here is the main harness now. You'll see what we got here coming out of it. We just have the main fuse. We have the plug here that goes into the controller, and you can see I did clip a bunch of stuff off of it. And then we have our run toe switch wires here. Chase it back here. There's no extra plugs coming out of this thing anymore, but these are the wires that go to the solenoid right here, and it runs down that way for the forward, neutral, reverse switch wires right there, those three. Then we're gonna come around here, and I still got this all opened up here because we do have to run a couple things back with this set of wires, including the on-the-fly controller that's gonna mount right there for the Navitas controller, as well as the wire for our gauge for our battery. So we're gonna run all of that back through here, down this channel into the battery compartment, and put that to where it needs to go. I will say things are running pretty smooth with this golf cart. I guess the trickiest thing was using this really thick wire that he wanted to use, but I get it. He wanted to go with the color theme of the golf cart and go with the white and black wires, just like his whole golf cart's white and black. We did have to use the green wire for the Navitas controller. No problem. It does look pretty cool in there. It kind of stands out a little bit. So that's cool. I'm going to keep wiring this thing up as we go and show you what we're doing until we get Joe back over here. He's on his way soon. Then we're going to finish this thing up. Hopefully we'll be able to get it done tonight. We'll see. So if you're watching this video, guys, I'm sure you know what the on-the-fly programmer is for the Navitas motor. It looks something like that, and it gives you options to program the controller without having to pull out your phone and make any setting changes. It's really cool. It's a cable that runs right to the back and plugs into the motor with this little connector here. And on the front here, you get speed, regeneration of the motor, and acceleration. And you can lock it so that if you do have kids driving the golf cart and you want to turn it down and lock it so they can't adjust it, they give you that feature also. It's actually really cool. It's a nice upgrade for the Navitas system. Jason went ahead and he purchased this really cool, looks like a 3D printed bracket that mounts to the steering column. I don't know if he wanted it down here like this or up here like that. I'm assuming he wanted it at the top. If it were me, I'd probably put it at the bottom, but that's gonna be an easy switch for him if he does want to change it in the future. But it's cool. It looks like, I don't know where this came from. I've seen it before on golf carts, but I've never ordered one for myself. It's pretty cool. It's really like, it seems pretty sturdy. So we're gonna connect that now. We're gonna put this on and mount it. We're gonna run the wire back. I'm probably gonna have to notch this light controller like I did for the Bazooka sound system controllers that we put in some of the other Ultimate builds we did. I'm gonna run the wire down with the loom for the light kit, close it all back up, and run it back to the motor. Then I'm gonna do the gauge wire for the battery monitor gauge. I wanna run all the wires before we do anything else inside the battery compartment to make as much room as possible for the charger, and we want everything to be as neat as possible. For Jason, he made that clear. He wanted some clean wiring, and that's what I do best, I think. So I'm gonna get started on this now, keep it going, and get this mounted, and then I'll catch up to you once we get it done. It should just take maybe 10 minutes. This actually came out really good. I want you guys to see something. I want you to see what it looks like when you go in above and beyond a wiring install. Because I can guarantee you, no one else is doing it like this. Check this out real quick. So here is the mounted on-the-fly programmer. You get a great shot of it through the center of the steering wheel. It looks really good there, actually. I'm a little surprised how nice it looks because I didn't think it would. I think I would have liked it better underneath, but it does look really good right there. This thing is really cool. The screws for it that go through that it comes with the screws. They thread right into the back of this thing, and they actually countersink all the way down into this bracket, which is really nice. But this is where we go one step further with our install. And I've seen so many golf cart companies, guys, they would just like zip tie this wire here on the thing and just kind of let it hang. What we do is we go one step further with all our installs and try and make them as clean as possible. We notched the shroud here for the switch that clips on around it there, and ran the wire straight through. And we're going to catch this wire loom here with this cable, and then put the cover for the steering column back on, and you won't see, the only part of this wire you'll ever see, whoops, is right there. Awesome, right? Really nice install for the on-the-fly programmer on the steering column. Pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna run that wire back now, but I just wanted you guys to see that before we went any further, before I closed it all up, because it's about that time. All right, guys, the next thing on my list of things to check off on this conversion is running the gauge wire back. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to drill this beautiful white double take dashboard. No big deal, I've done it before, but I do hate hole saws. Those of you who watch some of the old videos know my absolute horror story using a hole saw. But this is a pretty cool gauge. It's got I think a 4-pin connector at the end here. Yep, well, it's a 5-pin connector with 4 wires in it. That's gonna go back to that little gold block that's in line with our negative terminal on the battery. We're gonna install this here in the dashboard. I'm gonna drill a 2-inch hole, mount this, run that wire back, and then I could close the dashboard up because we're completely done with it for now. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna get that done now, and then I guess it's time to just kind of like finish the wiring on this conversion. It's getting really close now. It's really cool. A couple little things I have to do for this gauge still are connect the power wire so it activates on 12-volt power. I'm gonna just double check the directions because I haven't really messed with these before in this style. Then one thing I still have to do is add a fuse block to this that is gonna be fed by the 12-volt converter, the drop-down converter. There's no way for Jason to hook up accessories without the 12-volt converter, and the best thing to do when you're using one of those is put in an auxiliary fuse block. I do have a few of those in stock here in the garage, so we're gonna hook him up with one of those and just kind of keep going here with the wiring. I'm gonna drill that hole now. Not really looking forward to it. I have the hole marked, but I guess you just gotta kind of go for it. Easy to do it while it's on the cart rather than try and drill that plate separately. I promise you that. I've done too many of them to count. Look at this mess. I'm glad Joe's not here because he would be talking all kinds of shit about me right now. But here we are, guys. I extended this one green wire just a little bit to give myself some slack here. It's the key switch wire. Anyway, so we got all our wires here that have to run down to the back of the golf cart, including our wire right here for the on the fly and the one for the battery gauge. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run the harness down this way and around like it normally goes, right? And then over there to the forward, neutral, reverse switch. Over here, I'm gonna put probably like a 1-inch hole right here so I can get the gauge wire and the on-the-fly controller wire back here on this side of the battery so I can come around that way just to keep it much cleaner down there when you open it up. These wires will completely disappear and you won't see them at all. That's probably the best way to do it. I know this is like kind of a mess right now, guys, but I promise this is gonna be one of the cleanest wiring jobs you've ever seen in your life, because that's what we do here. So, shout out to the airbag cart back there. Kind of just waiting. We'll get to that soon. All right, quick follow up here. There's the hole, guys. We got our battery monitor wire and our on the fly wire running through there. Comes around the battery all the way back, and you can see it plugs in to the little battery monitor doodad right there. You can kind of see that wire. I promise you, it's there. And then more importantly, the on the fly programmer is right there, and it comes around with our main harness and our battery cables. This is our run tow switch wire. We're gonna run that up to the switch in just a second. But we're pretty much done back here. Everything's tightened down. I just checked it all, so that's good. So that's gonna conclude this. To get this cover on over here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna notch this side so that we don't have to undo any wires to take that cover on and off in case he has to change the main fuse or something like that. Let me show you guys. Here's the cover here. And it kind of goes, basically what I'm gonna do is just gonna kind of cut that corner out on the left side of that hook there so that it could get closed and snap without getting in the way of those super heavy cables. That should work pretty good. So I'm gonna hook the run tow switch up now and then start to work on the rest of the wiring in the battery compartment there because we have to put the charger cable in, the charger, the power converter, and our fuse block. This was a lot more wiring than I thought it was going to be, but it's going to be worth it. This is going to be an awesome, awesome setup when it's done. All right, guys, we got a lot wired up here, and we're still making good progress. I think we got everything in the back completely wired up now. Just finished the solenoid. Check out what we did right here. It's really cool. Here's a shot of the harness with the solenoid wires and the key switch wire coming out of it and going right into the solenoid. It's super clean. This is like a full custom harness that we did here. I don't know why I always do this, but sometimes, you know, when you want a super clean wiring job, you just got to do it. And this was, you know, since Jason called us and he's like, we want clean wiring, I want you guys to do it, I kind of felt like that was a challenge. So that's kind of why we did that. Back here, everything's wired up here too. There we go, all done. And the next thing I'm gonna do is the charger for the golf cart because those leads have to get hooked up to the battery. The problem is this is a universal charger, so I'm gonna have to change these ends because unlike some of the other kits we use, especially the Rhino, which is proprietary, gives you everything in the kit. This was probably purchased separately, I don't know. So these don't fit on the battery lugs. I'm just gonna splice and change those real quick, put them in, and then I think I'm gonna mount the charger because that's one of the larger components. It's gonna go over here on this side. So I'm gonna do that real quick and then move on to the next thing, which is probably gonna be the inverter. What a mess we have here. I am just making more and more of a mess. And Joe hasn't showed up yet. For those of you wondering where he is, he's helping his mother move. He's a really good son and he's doing that. But here we are. I want to show you guys something because we got our charger wires hooked up, put on some new ends there. And while I was at it, I connected the little power on wire for our battery gauge. I want to show you guys exactly what that looks like when you turn the battery on. So look at this, check this out. Turn the battery on. Battery's on. Oh, there it is. 77.8 volts. This thing is fully charged and ready to rock and roll. Really nice to know that the first thing we tested worked no problem. Real cool. This is like a little power on wire for that gauge. That wire, when it gets power through the battery, so the battery gets turned on, goes to that little wire. That wire runs down there to that sensor in between the two negative terminals, and it turns this gauge on. And it looks like there's all different kinds of settings and stuff, and we're not going to mess with that too much right now. Just want to make sure that it works and show you guys what we were doing. I was also just texting with Jason. I'm going to install one of these fuse blocks for him. Just needed him to approve it, so there is a slight cost. So we're going to be installing that also off of the power inverter, but it's getting late now and I'm getting tired, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to do right now. The last thing I am going to do though is extend his light kit to the other side of the golf cart because of course these harnesses aren't made for custom jobs. They need to be customized because the light kit is going to run off a fuse on this block rather than on the inline fuse that comes with the light kit right there. Looks like this thing's never even been hooked up. So what we're going to do is we're going to mount the fuse block. We're going to mount the power inverter, hook that all up, make sure we got power running through it. Then we're gonna wire our light kit to that. But for now, I got these wires here. I got the end of my lead. I'm just gonna run them around to the other side of the golf cart. So that's ready, because that takes me no energy at all to do. So simple little thing, and might call it a night after that. Cart's about 80-90% wired up, which is cool. It's looking really good. We're gonna tie things up in here and make sure it looks super neat and clean when we're done. Got a nice little red light on this battery when you turn it on. Gonna have to vacuum that out. We're still going here, guys. So just kind of mocked up a couple things. I think this is where we're gonna mount the power inverter here. I got my fuse block mounted. And before I did those things, I extended the light harness around there and just continued to add to the mess in the garage here for when Joe returns. A couple more things we got to do. We ran the wire in for our light kit to the fuse block there, and our power leads that are going to go to the power inverter out, which is the yellow and black wire on that. It's a pretty nice power inverter. Never seen this one before. It's got a nice thick 10 gauge lead on it. and we just have to figure out where we're gonna get the keyed power from to turn that thing on. We're doing good here though, man. I think these are the last couple things that we have to do before we could clean up, attach the last bits of wire, and then put the body back on. I'm excited to power this thing up and test it out. I do think that this looks really, really good back here. I think what I'm gonna do now is just kind of cut that out. I marked exactly where the cut needs to be on that. And I think that will do the trick to cover up the controller and keep the dust off of it. So I'm gonna try and cut that now and fit it on. Gonna go grab the hacksaw real quick, or the multi-tool, one of them. All right guys, fresh day, and look who's back. What's up, dude?
What's up?
What are you doing?
Looking at your chaos going on here.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, right.
Not that bad.
You can tell I missed one night. You got sockets back there, there's wire strippers everywhere.
I was working.
Yeah, definitely weren't cleaning.
We got a lot done though. What do you think?
Hey, you got a ton done.
Right?
That's good.
That looks good. It looks pretty nice. The on the fly, got the gauge, got some stuff mounted, and I think it's time to finish up this wiring so we can fire up this controller, right?
Yeah.
Get it all programmed.
Yes, sir.
The lithium king of Sheboygan, Mr. Trent from Rhino, sent me some programs for this. So we should have no problem getting this thing to do wheelies pretty quick. But we got a lot to do because we got to get this done tonight.
Yep.
I think we can.
All right.
All right.
Let's do it.
So here's the game plan for tonight. We got our fuse block here, we got our power inverter here, and we got our charger. We got to hook all these things up, and then we will be able to go ahead and fire up the controller. We still have to trim this piece a little bit more. I drew a new line here, Joe, for you to trim on. So hopefully we can get that to actually fit over everything. And I relocated the run tow switch because the factory location for it was back here. I moved it over here, right next to the solenoid, so it's easy to get to. But right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the light kit wired in here. I'm going to run some power wires for our fuse block over to where the power inverter is going to be wired. I'm going to wire in the power inverter, and then we're going to set the charger up. And then I think we'll be able to like start putting this thing back together, firing it up, make sure everything works. And we got to do our lighted mirrors, and of course, we got to do our mini three-way sound bar. Did I say sound bar?
Yes, you did.
It's a light bar. We're going to do a light bar, not a sound bar. And the triangle. Shoot, we got to do a lot.
Yep. I'm going to do the alignment while you're finishing up the
How
wiring.
many times are you doing the alignment on this thing?
Just once.
Wow. Okay. All right, cool. I'm going to get this done. Joe's starting to do the mini three-way light bar. Right, Joe?
Yep.
What are you thinking?
I'm scared
Why?
to drill through his beautiful white powder-coated Jake's kid.
I think it's going to be fine. It's going to look good there. And you know what? You can always get that little light powder-coated white to match, right?
Yeah.
Just got to probably take it apart, powder coat the case. So what are you thinking? I said, oh, you got holes marked already.
Yeah, man.
Oh, shit.
Going right like that.
That's going to look good, dude.
I don't hate the black on the white at all.
No,
either.
it actually looks good. It's a little bit of contrast. It's nice, especially because the grill's black, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm shocked.
it's
Matches
not
the
bad.
shock.
Yeah, it's not bad. I like it. I'll be
out
able to
of the
hide that
way.
wire pretty easily. Just come straight up,
Yeah.
around back, and connect it to the
It's actually really good.
light kit. Yeah, it could go right through there if it works. Does that work?
Yeah.
Boom, look at that. I like that, custom. I like that, mounted up.
Yep.
Over here, we got a lot going on too. Got our fuse block done. Fuse in there for the light kit. We got our wires ran around outside for the power inverter. It comes back in actually, right where we brought the hole in for the on the fly. I got that coming around here. So I'm gonna patch that in real nice and neat. Then we're gonna tighten everything up back here, and I would say the main wiring for the golf cart is done, aside from some stuff we gotta do accessory-wise, right? Like the mirrors and the triangle and that light you're putting in.
Yep.
So,
That's easy. You should be able to do that in a couple minutes.
you think so?
Yep.
Thanks. That's about it, man. I'm gonna finish tightening up over here, and then we'll try and fire up this controller. See if we got power to it. What are you doing?
Looking for bolts.
They're in there, I promise.
I know. What are you doing?
Huh? Oh. Finishing, actually. Tightening up the last bolts here because I just finished the last couple wires. Then we gotta just kind of zip tie some stuff together, make it look nice. And then we'll fire this thing up, make sure everything works as it should. Check this out though, I got this mounted. All stainless steel bolts, of course, right?
Yep.
No self drillers on this job. Everything's bolted.
Yeah, it is. That plastic, they won't last. Self drillers will end up
Look
falling
what
out.
I did here, so you can see how good we are. It's a good spot for this, but it didn't mount flat because of the, I guess just the way this is molded. So a couple nylon spacers in there just to keep it flush, at least flush looking.
Professional.
Something like that.
Look at this. Just look at this. Look at this.
What am I looking at?
One day, I don't clean up after him,
Yeah, but look how much I got done.
and he's got chaos everywhere. And that's only part of it. One day.
But look how much I got done.
You got a lot done, I'll give you that.
I was tripping over myself.
Sockets.
Ah, there's the socket I was looking for. It's down there. All right, I think we're good here. Everything's hooked up. Got my grounds, positives for this, battery on for this. Light kit's wired up to here. Gotta just plug the charger in. I think we're done, dude. I think it's time to just clean it up a little bit. We gotta cut this a little bit more.
I'll do that now. I was just measuring for the mirrors, but I'll cut that so we can finish this up.
Finish that up, and we're good to power this thing on.
All right, well, let's get it done.
Let's get it done. All right, guys, we're at the point now where it's time to power on the battery and try and Bluetooth connect the controller. Hey, Joe. So why don't we try and do that now, dude? What do you think?
Let's do it.
All right.
I'm ready for whenever you get that done, I got the wires ready to run for the mirrors.
Awesome.
Light bar's done.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead now. We're gonna power up the battery, make sure everything turns on. Hopefully we have a red light on the controller when we power it up. Battery's on.
Yeah.
All right, here, that should turn on, and it does. Let's go back over here to our controller.
It was on, it went off.
It was on and it went off, okay. That's good. So let's go ahead and try and connect it to the Bluetooth now.
Got a gauge.
Yeah, the gauge is on. All right, just saw a little blink. There we go, we got a blink in the controller there. Joe just hit the key switch. Minor detail, right?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna hook up to the Bluetooth now and get this thing programmed and see if we can get these wheels moving. Maybe a buzzer, things like that.
Yep.
Guys, so we calibrated the motor here and we're gonna turn it on real quick. I just flashed the controller with the Navitas app. It works really good, dude. It's a cool app, and shout out to Trent for throwing us some settings for it.
Yeah.
The Skunkworks battery is not in the Navitas app. We had to use a different brand. I'm not going to mention that name. But are we on?
Yeah.
We're on?
Battery's on.
Dude, let's test the forward reverse switch. We got a buzzer. We got
Reverse.
it's alive. Forward.
Forward.
All right, let's
Off the ground.
go.
It works.
She works. Awesome. All right, well, that's it. I figure like everything else, if that's working, dang, look at those wheels, dude.
There's some digging.
If that works, everything else should work, and we'll be able to now program the gauge and put this thing back together and really mess with the settings a little bit. Let's just go through the electrical one more time, make sure everything is tied up.
Make sure nothing.
Dude, I was able to close the box back here. That actually looks really good, dude. Super clean install back there. Keep going here, tying stuff up. All right, guys, so we're gonna be installing some Mad Jack's mirrors on Jason's cart here. And we're gonna do this different, well, not different, but I guess it's different because it's not a tower top, right?
Yeah.
This is a regular top, but it's the same
Easier.
principle, right? So we always come 5 inches up from the bottom hole where the windshield goes. It's just kind of a nice look for us. I like where it is there. I don't like them like up high here. That's kind of dorky to me. I like them kind of like where they would be on a car.
Enough when they're too high.
I know they act more like rear views at that point. But what we do is we mark our holes based on the holes that are here on the mirror. We do one here and one there, and those line up with these holes on the mirror. And then we mark our wire and we do another hole right here, and we drill them to 3/8 because we use the nut cert. And the 3/8 hole for the wire fits a grommet, right?
Yep.
But it also makes it easy to run that wire through with our little special hook tool, right?
These would be easy.
So yeah, they will be easy, the squares. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drill that holes, mount the mirrors, run our wires, and we'll show you when we put the nut certs in, how we do that, right?
Yep.
All right, guys, cool. Joe drilled the holes. I'm gonna show you how we get the wires through. So when we sneak the wires up, and some people were asking us about this, we get these like little hook and pick tools. They sell them at Harbor Freight. This is like a nicer version of a Harbor Freight one. It's got a rubber handle instead of a shitty plastic handle. But look what I did. See, I bent it in a little bit so that it actually fits perfectly through that hole. And you could grab the wire and hook and pull it through once you run the wire up. That's the easiest way to do it. We'll show you that in just a second. All right, guys, so running the wires down. For our mirrors, we start at the top on this one because it's not a tower top, so we're able to go straight down. On tower top, you can't do that. But the wire comes out right here. We're gonna probably just kind of pull it under the body right there like that and make our connections down to the light kit. Mr. Joe over here doing the second one, right?
Yep.
Couple nut certs, couple 1/4 bolts, and those are gonna go on super clean, right?
Always.
Every time. Looking super clean back here. Got that all tightened up. Still working on that wire there. It's taking him a long time for some reason. What's going on with you?
Kept hitting the windshield nut.
Hmm.
Oh.
Why are you thinking about nuts?
Always.
You hungry? Anyway, so something cool. We're ready for the tub. And Joe went ahead and laid everything out because it's time to reassemble the donk.
Oh God, be careful what you say.
It's a donk. It's a golf cart that's been inspired by the donk.
Yes.
And I am
Keyword
not
is
ashamed,
Inspired.
not ashamed to call it that either.
Well, we were getting murdered on Facebook for saying that.
That's all right. I will defend our guy Jason because this is a cool golf cart. All right, guys. Last nut cert here. We got 2 on the other side. 1 up here. Joe already did. But this is the tool here. I show it you guys all the time. Just kind of what you do is you thread it onto the tool like that, and you put it in the hole. And you give it a little rivet. These holes are a little wide, so we're gonna have to do it a couple times to get it to really bite. And one of our subscribers actually recommended using plus nuts, which are a little bit different. It's like more of a grab behind things, and you definitely want to look into that also. So I think we got it. I'm gonna unscrew it now. See what it looks like. Yeah, we're in. That's it. Now we got a nice hole there that's threaded and ready for a 1/4 bolt. So you ready to get these things on there, Joe?
Yeah, man.
Let's go. Oh. We're all done here, dude. Totally clipped in. Everything's looking good. It's time to put the tub on. We're gonna have to give that thing a little wipe down too. All right. Finishing up the wiring on the golf cart, it's time for our lighted triangle. It's gonna be a custom install, unlike we normally do, but what we're doing is we're leaving plenty of wire here because eventually Jason's planning on getting a seat kit for the donk, but for now we're gonna mount it on the back of the bag well. We removed the bag straps because Well, there's no need for him. You can always add him on if he wants, but I don't see the reason. I'm just gonna run the wire up through here. If you come around, you can kind of see what I did here. I'm gonna leave the alpha tail light wire there. Got some extra slack here on that. And then we're gonna bring the wire up through here, like this. And then out a hole we made in the back of the bag well. I'm gonna wire this up. I'm gonna just drop it like this, really, so you can see. And that's it there. So I got plenty of wire here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wire the triangle up. Then we're just gonna kind of like tuck the wire back in there, so that if he ever wants to move the triangle to the back of the seat kit or anywhere else, he'll be able to do that easily. Pretty good.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's it right here.
All right.
3 wires.
Let's get this bad boy back together.
We're getting there. All right, guys, wired up. Pulled the extra slack through. It's all right over here. We're gonna bundle that up nice and zip tie it, put it out of the way. Gonna pull this thing off real quick, run 2 1/4 bolts with some nuts and washers on it, and that should work just fine. It actually is probably gonna look pretty cool right there.
Yeah. Once the top and everything's on, it's like stands out now. It won't.
Yeah, no, it'll be neat. I like it.
See if I can find
All right, let's bolt that thing on. That looks good, dude.
Oh.
What?
Always something.
Put an extra bolt in.
2 of them.
Too soon. And there we go. All set. I like this.
Yes. Reassembly.
All right, guys, we're back here in the front of the golf cart now. I just finished wiring up the mirrors. You want to hit the battery, dude? We'll test some things because I also wired up the mini light bar at the bottom there. So I'm gonna make sure everything works. We got the battery on?
No.
No. Turn that battery on there, Mr. Joe. Ooh, we got lights.
Gotta hold that on button forever.
That looks cool, dude. He's got the white on automatically there. All right, let's check the blinkers. Oh, we got one there. I see it. Another one? There we go. Nice. And let's check first position fog. And flip it a couple times. Let's get the colors changing on there. There it is. The amber and the nice soft amber white mix. So we are living large here. Golf cart is coming back together real nice. It looks good with the white lights on the front and the white body, dude.
Yeah. Looks
Nice.
Looks really good.
Not bad for a donk. Okay, what else do we have to do?
Key switch.
Key switch.
Almost done with putting the roof back on.
Yep,
The
key
back's
switch.
back on.
I think before we do the key switch, we should
gotta
take it
vacuum.
for a run.
Yeah, we got a vacuum out here.
We got to vacuum, tidy up a couple things under there. We are going to be putting in a digital keypad switch there for our guy. Still got to program our gauge, right?
Yeah.
Something with that we have to do. Gonna have to decipher the Chinese instructions. Not fun, but no problem. Dude, you got this thing back together.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. The side skirts are on.
Side skirts back. Roof. Seats.
Roof is on. I didn't even notice. I was down here doing this the whole time. Joe went ahead and put the whole cart back together. That is awesome. All right, cool.
I want to drive it, so
I know you do. We're gonna do that in a minute.
I'm ready to get this bad boy back together.
But before we do that, we gotta do a couple little things, like install something very special.
Oh, we gotta put the sticker on the triangle.
Sticker on the triangle and our golden steering wheel emblem. There it is. Getting good at that.
The last one I peeled it off 3 times.
That looks good. I love that sticker.
Oh wow.
That is an awesome one.
The nighttime does not get adjusted.
No, it's so
Do
cool.
adjust.
That thing is like holographic.
Yeah. I had it turned down now. It's tracking straight now.
It looks great.
Well, the steering wheel's straight now too.
It's cool. So you made a little adjustment.
I don't think I did though, but
All right, dude, hit that thing. Turn that up and hit that thing. Like spaceman. I gotta tell you guys, that's the second time he lost his cell phone launching that golf cart.
I'm not training, Slim. I think I lost my phone again.
Yeah, I got it. That is hilarious. I actually hear him laughing the whole way. Oh my gosh. This guy built a ridiculously powerful golf cart. Here he comes.
Oh, Jesus.
Well,
It doesn't get old.
it does.
The top speed's sketchy, but
The whole thing's sketchy, dude.
launching is freaking hilarious.
This is such a powerful long travel golf cart. It's ridiculous.
I just feel like I'm gonna stop because I don't want anything to break.
Yeah, but bring it in the garage. Let's put it away for now.
I'm turning to accelerate the whole way down. Dude, I turned around in that roundabout and gave it gas, and it's like, boom! It almost spit me through the front of the house.
You don't want to.
Insane. I can't wait to get ours done.
We're putting in a bigger one.
I know.
I'm scared for you. All right, I'm gonna call it a night.
Look how much.
Did we wear out some more plastic?
Oh my god, look down here, it's all rubbing. He can cut that, I think. He's gonna have to come up here to make it look right.
I think it needs flares.
He's gonna have to bring it like the whole way up, like that. Almost to here, I would say.
It digs, dude. It digs. It digs like it dig. You know what it digs like my SRT dug.
Yes.
When you launch the
There's like no way it's gonna spin
track bar,
tires, but
yeah.
it just freaking launches.
the Jeep used to dig like that in the back. Rest in peace. Oh my gosh. All right, let's call it a night. That was a lot.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Check to make sure it's still
Still in line?
leveled out.
Oh, dude, you absolutely nailed the alignment on this thing.
That's perfect.
Dude, look at that.
And the other side.
Steering wheel straight as an arrow.
The other side's the same way.
Sick. The Joe,
I'm getting better.
the Cart Life Joe alignment special.
He had it pretty close, so
Yeah, it didn't cut. It wasn't bad, dude. You just fine tuned it.
yeah.
Yeah,
It was really
straighten the
close.
steering. The steering wheel just needed to be straightened too. But that's good, dude. The white cart looks great with that sticker. I gotta say. All right, we keep saying we're gonna call it a night, but we keep like looking at this thing, kind of in awe
Yeah, that was
of the power that it has.
It's insane.
Oh my gosh, and it just scares me because I know we have a
Oh my God, look at
7.5 over here. What is that? Plastic just peeling off. This is part of the tub.
we really rubbed on that side.
Oh, dude. That's crazy. Oh, the boss is here.
Speaking of launching,
Yeah. So we're back in the garage today, guys, and we're just finishing up Jason's donk. A couple more details to put into it. Reverse lights, keypad starter. Anything else?
just
That's it. We're going to adjust the brakes. In our last video that we posted, we actually installed steering stabilizers on the front of this, and they look absolutely great. Check this out. Awesome install. And if you want more info on these steering stabilizers, check out our previous video because it's kind of a really cool upgrade, especially if you have a lifted long travel cart with a lot of power. Anyway, going back to the reverse lights now, this is our first time going to be showing you how to do this on an electric cart. We've done it on plenty of gas carts before, but The installation is pretty much the same thing. Joe's behind me here. What's he working on? Custom bracket. Custom bracket for the LED reverse lights. Nice, dude. That looks great.
Yeah.
Reason why we're reason why we're doing the custom bracket on these is because we have no seat kit on this golf cart. We kind of did it in a way where when Jason does decide to get a seat kit, we can easily move them, or he could easily move them. We're going to leave him plenty of extra slack on the wire bundled up there, so we could just kind of move it back from underneath the bag well to underneath the seat kit, right?
Yep.
If he ever wants to cut in a set like we normally do in our ultimate builds, he'll also be able to do that and just kind of replace the lights with the recessed cut-in ones, right? So what are you gonna do, mount that guy?
Yes, I used 2 holes to 2 pre-existing holes through the tub because I didn't want to drill any more holes through there.
Nice, dude. Awesome. Looks like it's gonna be a clean. Oh, and you Loctite it too, man. This guy's good.
Yeah, man.
You gonna be able to get those bolts through there with those lights mounted? They go through the back.
It's been worse. I've done worse.
Okay. Cool.
But I don't know. I'll find out. It looks too long.
Dude, that looks great. Nicely done.
Not too bad.
Tucked up there pretty good. Not bad. Looks good.
Yep.
Kind of low profile, right?
Yep.
Should be pretty easy to wire up in that location. And again, easy to move. Whoops. Yeah. When we get that seat kit. Looks good. I'm gonna do the I'm gonna get the wire ran and the relay done now, and then we'll hook them up and make sure it works.
Sounds good.
Let's go.
Yep. I'll just
All right, guys, we're gonna install our relay for our reverse light circuit. Very simple. We do this on a lot of our builds. Jason probably saw it and wanted it, and that's fine. That's great because it's an awesome upgrade. It works on a relay like this. If you don't know how a relay works, you can kind of look it up, but I'll give you just like a down and dirty kind of tutorial again on it. Relay is kind of like a switch in the middle of a circuit so that you don't have direct power running to the accessory. So when this gets triggered through the orange wire, what it does is it turns on the power inside this little box and sends it down this gray wire back to the reverse lights. So we're gonna hook the orange wire up to our reverse switch right here. So when the reverse switch is engaged, it's gonna send power down this orange wire into the relay. And then it's gonna take the power from the red wire, which is gonna be hooked up to our fuse block here, and send that power down the gray wire back to the reverse lights. Real simple. I'm gonna probably mount it right here just to keep it a clean install. That way we'll be able to sneak the wire down through here to the back of the golf cart. Real easy.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. All right, so we're done hooking up our reverse light system on this golf cart. It's really cool. If you take a look here, Joe, we got a second fuse in our fuse block now. And we labeled the cover for it. So we have running lights, and then rear lights would be the reverse lights, and the reverse lights are on the 5-amp fuse. We have our relay here. Relay gets its power from this fuse. Runs to the relay for the power, and then when you put the cart in reverse, it should trigger the relay and turn the reverse lights on. We're gonna give it a try. I just gotta power up this Skunk Works battery. Turn the key switch on. Key switch is on, and we're in forward now, neutral, and reverse.
Bam.
It works. If you take a look, we spliced right off here, off the blue wire. You can see the orange wire coming in there on the blue wire. That is where we get our power source for the function on the relay. And if you come around here, maybe I'll turn them on. You can see them on camera. It looks pretty good.
They're super bright.
They are super bright, which is what you want. So, really nice, nicely done. Good bracket.
Custom bracket.
So I'm just gonna run the cover on this fuse box down, because I think that's the last thing that we are adding to this golf cart. But there is room for 4 more fuses here. So you just put this cover on, tighten it down with these little plastic nuts. They cover the posts so you never can energize anything else. And that's it. So we got a reverse light system right here.
Nice.
Nice. Now, the last thing we have to do is the keypad switch, which we're going to put inside the dashboard.
Yep.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's try it.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, so we installed our, let me come around here. We installed one of those keypad starters right there. Numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let me just show you how we hooked it up because this is a 76 volt cart. I want to show you what we did was we used the 12 volt from the light kit to power the switch, and then we ran our green and blue wires. We extended the leads here on it actually because they were too short to pull the whole thing out. So we extended those, put on new ends, and then we hooked it up like that. Now, because we hooked it up through the 12 volt, and we did that for 2 reasons. One, because it's super easy. There was power up there for the switch, right? So these switches require a power and ground. They can't just work on the blue-green key switch loop. They need some sort of power to activate them. So we took the 12 volt from there. But because we took the 12 volt from there, the battery monitor isn't going to work. It's just going to show super low because these are designed for 36 to 48 volt carts. So when you hit the 1, 2, 3, 4, which is the stock code, and Jason could make whatever code he wants when he picks the cart up, and you hit, it turns on, but it's not going to really show the power, which is fine because, you know, we do have the power gauge here for the battery that we still have to program. And we're going to do that now, and we're going to call it a day because we're exhausted, and I just got back from Puerto Rico. This cart's getting picked up the day after tomorrow, which is cool. We're excited to show it to him, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And tomorrow, what we're gonna do is we gotta pick up another cart that we gotta do some repair work on. And then we're gonna just kind of like test drive this and tune it out, right? Make sure everything is good, it's super safe and works real well. We did adjust the brakes because he brought it to us with absolutely no braking, right?
Yeah, done. We didn't realize that.
We got the rollback. But everything's working good.
Until we hooked the battery up.
Reverse light's working. Everything in here is nice and tight, I would say. I'm gonna zip tie a couple more little things here just to kind of keep it super tight and clean it up a little bit more. But this is another really super clean wiring job.
Yep.
Heat shrink,
It's always clean.
solder all around, every single wire. All right, so the first thing I guess we should go over is the lithium conversion and exactly how it looks in here and how it used to look. So here's a shot of what it used to look like, and here it is now. What do you think?
I think it looks great.
It does.
Plenty of room for a sandwich.
You put the sandwiches in here, the sandwich compartment right here when you get hungry. And we got everything you need for a really high power golf cart. We got an awesome Skunk Works lithium battery. That thing's built really nice. It delivers plenty of power.
Yes, it does.
We got our shunt for our gauge. We got our massive 500 amp fuse, heavy duty solenoid, 72 to 12 volt converter for all of our accessories that runs through the fuse block right here. Onboard charger with an extra plug for a second charger because
He's gonna add an accessory battery later.
exactly, which is nice to have that pre-wired. So all you have to do is plug that in. And then down here, we didn't show you these guys, but one of the bugs we had to work out was the reverse lights. We were overpowering the solenoid because we do have 76 volts running through the harness now. And it was working. It was clicking the solenoid over, but it was burning it out after a few uses. So this might be a first, but we put a inline converter there to drop the signal that's going to the relay down to 12 volts.
And now it works.
Wild, right?
It worked before, just not long.
Not long, yeah, we burnt that out. So awesome. All right, over here we got our on the fly to put onto the steering column. Real
I didn't
nice.
know how I felt about that, but now that I'm driving it, like driving it up and down Dixie especially, it's a perfect spot for it.
Yeah, it's really
Because
nice.
you can like literally adjust it as you're going.
Yeah, if you're getting the speeds real high, you could turn the braking up so you know that you'll be able to stop because the the regen brake is actually really, really good, right?
really good,
It will stop this golf cart. It'll slow it down for sure.
Well, the size of these tires, the regular brakes stop it too.
And I got to show you guys real quick because I just remembered we accidentally did a burnout in my driveway. Oh, there it is, right there. One there, and there was another one somewhere else.
Yeah,
But where is
you
it?
can't see it now.
Oh,
It's
there
in
it
the
is.
shade.
Yeah, it's in the
Almost
shade.
like that long.
Yeah, but we accidentally did a burnout in my driveway right there with this golf cart. So anyway, let's keep going through it here. We did put the let's open that up there. We did put a starter in there, one of them digital starters.
Much better.
Yep.
I
And
like
then
them.
we did put, again, there's the other view of the on the fly, and the wire actually runs down through the light harness, which is real nice. I've seen people zip tie those those wires to things, and
No,
it's
You
the
gotta-
first time we've ever installed one there, and that's the way to do it right there.
Yes.
Just like that.
keeping it clean.
Put on the Mad Jack's lighted mirrors. Joe did one of his famous alignment jobs on the front here, and we did install some steering stabilizers down there. See them moving. They work great on this golf cart. It's a really cool install. If you missed the video, it was the last one we did. And we put our little three-way light bar. Three-way light bar is available on our website if anyone needs one.
We'll hook you up.
That's right, they're right there. We got those now. And that's about it, man. The Donked is ready to go, and Jason just texted me. He's about 30 minutes away. Can't wait for him to see it. And of course, our powered low-speed triangle, finishing off the back of this golf cart rather nicely.
Steering wheel sticker.
Yeah. Steering wheel sticker.
Horn works if you decide to use it.
Real nice, yeah.
We're getting some major rubbing. Look at that.
It's like every time we drive it, we lose more of the tub, but we knew that would happen, and eventually there'll be no tub to rub.
Yeah,
So we'll be good, right? Eventually
Yep.
it'll stop rubbing, is what we told him.
it's true.
All right, well, he'll be here soon. Let's, the Fago. So, just a nice little touch. Jason had a ICP Hatchet Man tattoo on his leg. I noticed it. So I went ahead and imported from Michigan for him a couple bottles of Fago. Actual stuff, man.
That stuff is
Have you ever got pelted with a Fago?
no.
No?
That is,
Then you've never been to an ICP concert.
no.
I've seen them. It's crazy. All right. So
This
that's about it,
stuff's
guys.
nuclear looking.
So we'll catch up to you as soon as he's pulling down the road.
Sounds good.
So
Great.
he's here. What do you think?
Man.
It looks the same.
Yeah.
Show him your tail wagging.
Yeah.
It looks the
Definitely
same.
runs way better now.
Yeah, you want to take a look under the seat?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, go ahead, man. Let's see. So Jason's here. Boca drove another 3 hours south.
Yeah. Rush hour.
Looks a little different.
Super clean. I love it. God, it looks so good.
Like 2 of those lead batteries weigh as much as that.
Yeah.
Those things are so heavy.
Yeah. It's it came out super clean.
Yeah.
But I think what you got to do now is give it a test run. You want to go with them, Joe?
No, I'm scared to go.
I'm too old.
Oh, come on, Dad.
Go with him, man. Scared the hell out of him, boo.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still on? Okay.
Pull it out. You know what? I'll hop in the red cart. Let's do a little cruise. What do you think?
All right.
Now be careful. It's not the same as that
Yeah.
that dumpy thing you brought down here.
It might have a little more pep.
Let's see the first dig.
I don't know about that.
Give it a second.
You'll hear the solenoid click. There it is.
Oh, I got the ace up. Turned way down.
Hit it.
to him, man.
You panic, and that's you floor it and let out. You're like, oh crap, and then it's exactly what, the first time you're like, whoa, and it takes, and you're like, whoa, is that supposed to do that?
Why don't you put Dad in your cart, and I'll follow in the red, and we'll follow Jason a little bit, get some shots.
All right, he'll be back here in about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
We're gonna chase you around. Yeah.
What do you think?
So much faster.
Oh, we got you hooked up, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The A cell's only at like a quarter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just a little bit on.
It's just
Yeah.
barely on.
So you guys saw that. Look where this thing is set. It's like not even turned up at all.
Barely on.
Hit it again. Watch the red car. Yeah.
Wild.
That's
I think he's happy, man.
smiles per gallon, right?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
What do you think?
This thing is wild.
Oh, what was that noise? Oh, we got Dad. All right, we'll follow Joe around. We'll take it for like a nice long. We'll take it for a nice long ride.
All right.
All right, cool. Go ahead. How's this for a ride? What'd you think of that ride?
I like it, man. I love it.
That was nice, right? I got an awesome shot of Jason back there going over the bridge. Yeah, it was nice.
That's cool.
We
man.
passed Adam Sandler's house back there.
Is he still smiling?
Yeah.
Got
It's
bugs in
gonna,
his teeth?
he's gonna be smiling. You all right back there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How's that thing running?
Beautiful.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, we'll go back to the house.
You gotta do like half throttle to keep up with it.
Awesome. We're gonna go back to the house now. Kind of wrap up.
Alright.
Holy cow. What a ride.
Well, we're back. That's our normal. That's our test ride there.
Yeah, that's our
What a
loop.
ride.
We were halfway around there when the battery decided to go out.
Yeah.
That's where we were at.
Beautiful, right? And that's why we put these big batteries in there, so you can go on rides like that, or just gas,
Oh, we're gas.
or gas. Awesome.
I'm just gonna have to save my pennies and bring it down here and let them
Well,
better yours.
We'll do as many as you bring us.
Makes mine better, faster, bigger.
Yeah, we'll get the.
That's gonna wrap it up for today, guys. We had an awesome time riding with Jason. Super happy, I think,
Yeah.
with the build and the battery conversion and everything we did for his golf cart. Thank you, dude. It was awesome getting
Yeah,
to know
thanks,
you
man.
and hanging out for the day.
You and your dad
was
are great.
awesome. That was an awesome ride on A1A. We got some great shots and made sure that cart was running really nice, and it did, dude.
Runs crazy.
And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you subscribe to Cart Life TV. Now's a great time. You sat through like
Do
90
that.
minutes of this stuff.
Yeah, right.
And while you're subscribing, just click on the bottom there and check out lowspeedliving.com. Website's right here. We got a really cool online store. Lots of cool new hats, shirts, and all kinds of Cart Life accessories. And our high-speed gears are there. Our custom triangles. You can pick up all that stuff. And I guess we're going to close with a little toast to Jason. Dude, this one's for you.
Cheers.
We'll catch you soon. I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh.
I finished mine.
Oh.
Whoops, I had a drip left.
Oh.
I was just trying not to spill on my shirt.
It's like angel tears.
That tastes like nuclear sugar.
That was red pop, strawberry sugar water.
Mine's jazz and bluesberry.
I gotta finish it.
Definitely blues. Woo! I feel like I'm gonna have diabetes now.
It's not done yet.
Come on, man. I finished mine on the first try. Just because I thought you were finishing yours. I'm like, I can't let him finish before
I was
me.
trying, but I'm crying. All right. We'll see you guys soon.
Peace.